Hey guys, Derek Curlew here with another tip of the week. This week we're going to talk about how to cheat and get ahead when you're dieting. Now, when I came up with this philosophy a few years ago, it was something that was really hard for people to comprehend and grasp. And even still to this day, anybody who's been a lifelong dieter, a yo-yo dieter, somebody who's done a bunch of different diets, when I tell them this concept, it's like one of the hardest things for them to understand. So let me explain it, and basically the principle behind cheating on your diet. So basically, the definition of insanity is repeating the same steps over and over again, but expecting a different result. Well, that's a diet, and that's what we all do. And as opposed to, quitting, smoking or quitting drinking or whatever happens to be, a diet doesn't have to be the last time you ever enjoy that particular item. So the one thing I really want you to realize is that if it's done with control, the portions are, limited to a certain size, and it's planned, you're going to be okay. So this is how we go about the whole thing. So Monday through Friday, what's going to happen is throughout the week, you're going to be passing by a McDonald's, the Golden Arches, Taco Bell, whatever it happens to be, and you're going to have cravings, okay? Instead of actually satisfying those cravings right then and there, what you're going to do is you're going to take a pen, you're going to take a notepad, like I tell you guys to always carry around, and you're going to write down McFlurry, Butterfinger, or you're going to write down, pizza or chicken wings or whatever it happens to be, because I want you to keep track of that and identify those things. What that's now going to do is Monday through Friday, that's going to be your motivation. And so when the weekend comes, what I want you to do is think of the cheat meals as a stimulation of your diet, not an annihilation, okay? So what that means is portion control. You're going to have, everything under control and know ahead of time going into it what you're going to eat, how much, and everything else. So three things happen on every diet. We always have cravings, okay? This way, if you're having the foods on the weekend, you're going to satisfy those cravings. The second thing that always happens on a diet is we hit plateaus. And basically what that is where we get to a point where we stop losing weight. Okay? Well, what we're doing with the cheat weekends is we're taking advantage of, new stimulus to the body. And I want you to think about, different situations in your life, but anytime you've ever started a new diet, you always lose the most amount of weight on the first week to first couple weeks. Anytime you start a workout program, you have the most amount of response. Think about that first time in the winter when it gets really cold, even though it's been warm for a couple weeks and it's really cold, and then you get that same temperature a month later and it's not that big of a deal. Anytime the body experiences something new, it's going to have stimulus and it's going to have a response. So what happens is every weekend now with having these cheat meals, when you jump back on Monday morning, it's like a new diet again. So your body is, responding again, and every single Monday, your body's having a new response, okay? So what we're doing with that is we're kind of eliminating that dead point and that flat line of when your body stops losing weight, because where a general diet, it's done the same thing over and over and over and over again throughout the course. This way it's constantly changing and we're always keeping things guessing. The third thing that happens on every diet is we eventually rebound. And what I mean by that is we rebound all the weight that we've lost during our diet. So whether it's, we go 4 months on a low carb diet and, on the fourth month we smell bread and all of a sudden we gain 10, 15, 20 pounds, whatever it happens to be. Now it's an exaggeration, but for some of you who have done a low carb diet, it's not too far off. But basically what you need to do is by having these cheat weekends, it's just like, and I give the example of like a flu shot. They give you a small dose of the virus so your body can build immunity. Well, what we're doing with the cheat meals is you're getting a small dose of these bad foods all throughout the course of your diet. So if you go on a cruise, you have a vacation, a family get-together, a holiday, whatever happens to be that you might actually, blow your diet or have non-diet type foods, you know that all you got to do is jump right back on and you're going to continue to have success. All right. Whereas a typical diet, if you gain 15, 20 pounds, whatever, over the course of a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it gets really, frustrating, demoralizing, and it's really hard to get back on. So remember, if you have everything structured, if it's planned, if you have your portion sizes under control, and you know what you're doing going into it, cheating is not going to be a bad thing to your diet, and it can actually be extremely beneficial resource that you can use to keep on losing weight throughout the course of your diet. When you get to your goal weight, then at that point it's just controlling what you've learned throughout the course of that period and implementing some more of the non-diet and non-traditional type diet foods and finding your moderation in there. So again, remember, as you're going through your week, write down all your different foods. Use that as kind of motivation, incentive to really make it Monday through Friday. You're as tight as you can be with your diet. On the weekends, reward yourself. Enjoy something. Splurge, but don't go crazy. Remember, stimulate your diet, don't annihilate your diet. That's this week's tip. We'll be back next week with another tip for you guys. Remember, if in the meantime you ever have any questions, you can email me at Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at slimfitdiet.com, or you can call us at any time at 727-851-SLIM. We'll see you next time for another tip of the week.